Hello. Welcome, gamers. It is, in fact, Friday. We're back again with Friday. And actually, this image in the back just changed literally in the past 2 minutes. I turned my computer on and it was not this image. It was a different, it was like a sunset, and now it's like this. And now it crashed. Okay, that's cool. I guess that's a thing that also happens, is that my computer simply just crashes and we have to wait for it to restart. Why daily Wolfie arms crazy? Because that's what made the most sense. For me to be able to hold on to the Game Boy, it's gotta be like that. How else can someone even hold on to a Game Boy, right? Only this. That's the only way. Anyway, we're waiting for the computer to restart. I don't know if it's doing it. I might have to hold the power button. No, never mind. It's fine. Sometimes you just don't know, right? Anyway, let me welcome people. Welcome, Koku. Thank you for the 8 months. This was posted 2 hours ago, and you said, "Oh, it's Friday. I'm so stupid. I was thinking it's Saturday. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. No problem. Don't worry." Welcome, Deffins. Welcome, Stream Elements. Stanley. Namai. Slimolder. Flippy Gaming Live. Edward Bra. And Eidolon. And a poem. Wolf Rat. No, it is not. Wolf Rat is not even here. What is this image? It is in Balls. Guys, balls. Oh, they got me. They've got me. Balls, Guatape, Colombia. I can't believe this. Wolf Rat. True. I feel like I can't take this thing off the screen. It's like, it's so whimsical. Every time I'm like, oh, it's been like 2 weeks since I've like put this on the screen. I'm just like, but I can't just remove it, right? You could combine it in so many ways. You could literally have it be fishing, right? What am I to do? Get rid of this thing? I don't know. Wolf is PNG. It's me on the Game Boy. Anyway, so what have I done since last time? Good question. I have done various things, such as, you'll see right now. You'll see right now. You're gonna be like, whoa, this looks not actually that different from last time you showed it. It actually looks almost the same. And you're right, it is almost the same. However, it's also slightly different. So if you'll remember last time I streamed this was not including the web fishing stream. Last time I streamed this, I had it so that you could draw to a specific like pixel and then it would like not show it or something. It would like, it would be there. It would draw it to a tile. And that tile was not necessarily what's on the grid. But I have done it. I think I broke something else though, because this is not correct. These lines should not be here. But I've also rendered numbers to the side. How did I get the Linux terminal? It's a Windows subsystem for Linux. Available on Windows. So we gotta figure out why this is happening. It's good, you know, to start off with a bug, because then you have something to work towards. Then it's a bit less ambiguous what I'm supposed to be doing here. And so I think what I changed that may be causing this is that the size. The size, okay, this is the issue. See what I did here? Mario's Picross. You'll see here that the grid normally looks like well, it normally looks like this, right? It looks like this when you're solving it, and then once you're done solving it, they get rid of the grid, right? All the lines are gone, they show you what the image looks like. And so to do that, I've added a few more pixels at the end. Let me open up Sprite to show you specifically what I mean. Sprite, it's launching right now. So here, right, we have an 8x8 tile. That's the usual, right? It's empty and then it's filled, right? We have extra here, and I think this extra thing that I added might be what's causing these extra lines on the right side. Actually, let's confirm that. If I remove this and I save it and then I rerun it, I would expect it to not have the extra. Okay, so that is correct. So there's something in my logic where if I added this thing, it's not correctly doing it. What if I added stuff here? Am I just not correctly applying the bit masks? Because that might be what it is. That could perhaps be the issue. And we will find out. Okay, so let's see. That appears to be the case. I'm not correctly applying the masking to the things on the right side. But on the bottom, it works because that is done differently. It's not done with shifting bits or anything like that. So okay, we have a bug to fix. You'll notice these numbers are not correct, you know, we don't even have like a puzzle set up here. I'm just like hard coding numbers just to check that I can render them on the left side. It's not gonna work for the top though. That's another thing we're gonna fix possibly today. If I get to it, I hope I get to it. But anyway, if you'll remember, I started working on this because of the GB Jam 13. I don't know if I'm gonna have this done in time, because like it doesn't even fit the theme, right? Unlucky. Like, what am I doing? I'm just gonna make puzzles that are unlucky objects. That seems a bit like, you know, not really in the spirit of things. So I might not actually submit something for GB Jam. I might actually just like have this be my own thing outside of a game jam. But I think it's fun. I've been having good times with it. I've also started reading up on how to make a Game Boy Advance game. It seems much simpler, actually. Game Boy Advance is much more modern. There's compilers that target it much more easily than the Game Boy. It's got, you know, better integration with stuff. Wait until there's a jam where it fits the theme and then submit it. That's against the rules. You're supposed to only start working on it when the jam is open. Unless it's one of those jams that's like submitted something late jam. That's a thing that exists. Okay, so we'll look at the logic that we have here, right? This logic here determines where to place things. And then you'll see here we have blit tile. I don't really know what blit means or what it stands for, but I know in computer graphics, blit is to display something on the screen. Right, define blit computer programming. Bit-blit. What is blitting? It's to copy bits from one part of graphical memory to another part. Exactly. That's totally what it means. When the blit be lit. Actually, so true. Everyone's always saying this. Okay, so this thing. Okay, so if you'll recall, here we have it set up so that you can set and unset certain bits, right? So to set a bit, regardless of what was previously there, we create a bit mask to clear it, right? We set this thing, we AND it with the current thing in memory, and then these things get set to white. And then we do another pass where we actually apply the pattern. Now I think this is the one where I'm not actually correctly applying it. I think what I need to do here, instead of doing mask, oh, this one? Okay, I see what I'm doing. We have to make another mask. And this mask is going to be, it's going to start off with the same thing. Let me make a note here. We have a mask. We start off 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mask is 0xff. And then we want to specifically take the bits that we care about. So we want, ideally, we want to have this. So this would be mask shifted by, I guess it would be the same thing. It would literally be this again. So we take mask, and then what? Wait, this is just the same code. Hold on, can I just reuse this? We take the clearing bit, we set this one, and then I guess we can just and then what though? Look at this. It's the same. It's literally the same code. You're telling me I'm gonna copy the same code? I don't think so. You would think so, but that's not even it. Okay, so we gotta shift it over. 8 minus pattern width. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a good Friday. I feel like I was very unproductive today at work. And I think that's fine. So then you shift it over here. And then you gotta also AND it. You have to AND it with this. And then you shift it back. And I believe this then should fix it. Yep, okay, that was unusually fast. It actually worked first try. That usually like does not happen. But let's test it with this. Presumably if we do this, it should also still work. It does still work. That's actually absurd. He's actually goated though. Okay, so it's the same thing. Now, is there a way for me to get this to reuse this existing mask? Perhaps. Perhaps there is some way to do it. Now here's an interesting thing. I assume that if you try to shift a bit by a negative number, like if you have x and you shift by -1, I assumed that it would have been the same as x shifted the other way by the positive version of it, but I think that's not the case. I think that's actually not what happens. Is this the famous Toho artist Wolfie? No, it's Wolfes. That's actually different. It's a totally different guy, but also the same. Wolfes Toho. Wolfes.org. Look at that. From 2015, can you believe it? It's been more than 10 years since my last update on this website. Toho, this guy. Look at that, it goes all the way back. It goes to 2007. It's crazy. That was like 18 years ago. Okay, what was I doing? I was doing this. You have a mask. 07, welcome, probs not Jack. 07, I get it. That's the salute emoji. Anyone out here with the uint8 mask out here? Anyone? Anyone understand mask like in Silk Song, guys? Pilk Song? Okay, you take this mask, right? And then you gotta AND it with the pattern. Now, I only know Char mask. Well, it's different though. That's Charmander. That's a different word though. uint8 t underscore t. uint8 t. No, it's uint8 drink tea. Guys, that's they don't even know. You don't eat tea, bro. What are they talking about? It's so silly. uint8 t. Great joke, streamer. That's some programmer humor for you right there. For all you programmers that are out there, this one's for you. Okay, so you take this one, right? And then you gotta be doing stuff, right? You have to be doing various things. Now, which things specifically? This one is here. I want to reuse it, but do I really want to reuse this though? Am I sure that I want to? I think I do. You know, let's just keep it. Let's just add a to-do that I will never fix. To-do, maybe dedupe logic from above. Oh, but this thing is not always going to be called though, right? Because then, okay, but what if I did disk? What if I did disk? What does he mean by this? So you could set it back at the end here, right? Reset. Is that even necessary? I don't need to do that, right? There's honestly no need to do that. No, but then that means that, you know, it's whatever. You know? I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, we're gonna commit this. Do I have clang format set up? If I were to like indent some of this stuff randomly, okay, it does work. Fix issue where horizontal pixels are not pixels are horizontal are included where vertical, what am I saying, columns, pixels are drawn outside the range. Fix issue. Horizontal is wide because the word is wider than vertical. But why? But what about vertical then? Alfie always writes useful git commit messages. Yeah, look at this. You can quite easily... Okay, I mean, this one's not so good at numbers, but I understand. Vertical is the other one. It's like how current and... what was it called? Electrical engineering. There's something where, like... something is something, but then the other thing is the other thing. And then it's the opposite of that. Welcome, Nutritious. I'm sure that made a lot of sense. It's so specific to me and my memories, though. What was it called? It was like induction, right? Remember those, like, what are those things called? Those things that, like... Inductors? Is this what this thing is called? Any electrical engineer? You look at this. What is this called? Okay, inductors. Yeah, there was like something. Those are inductors. Oh, coil, I know. But like, I like how people know what I mean by this. It's actually so obvious. But he was explaining some sort of thing, and he was like, well, these things are like this because they spin around, and the other things are like that because they're straight. And therefore, it's the opposite. I don't know. Does anyone understand? No one understands it. I'm just talking. Okay, so we fixed this. We verified that it works as expected. Need more descriptors, though? I don't know. Something to do with electrical engineering, perhaps. That's all I know. That's all we really know. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have this so that it can write the numbers up here. Now, if you'll remember, this uses, whatchamacallit, the vertical thing, the H blank. It'll wait until we're at this row, and then it'll change the tile addressing mode. So I can't simply just swap the tiles here. I need to have custom logic that changes the start position. I can't even tell the start position. I also noticed that they had pointers defined. If you'll remember last time, I was like hard coding this. They have an actual address that you can use. Inductors store energy in magnetic fields. Capacitors store... Wait, yeah, I think it was something related to inductors and capacitors. And why... Some sort of equation that relates the two, and then one of them is because it like spins around. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It really goes... I can't even talk. Really goes to show you how much I learned in school that is useless. It's literally useless. Okay, so you'll look at the code that I had here that writes the numbers. I have a temporary thing to write numbers, temporary test for rendering numbers. Now I'm gonna have a thing that draws it vertically, right? So we want to draw this specifically at the vertical part, the part that's like right here. I can also download a Mario Picross screenshot specifically so we can find out exactly where it is. Everything is useless till it ain't. Who can relate? Anyone else think they're useless? No, because you ain't. That's how it goes. No, fandom.com. No. It's gotta be Super Mario Wiki. You can trust Super Mario Wiki. They have the real images at real resolution. Gonna make a new one. Paste it. Okay, so the numbers. The numbers actually, they start over here. So if you look at how I have things set up, right? We have... Why does this always open in this directory? Like why? I've had other files open here. Can I like open in folder? I would like to open number.a. This is where all my numbers are. I literally copied this from Mario Super Picross. This is literally the font that they use. And you know, it's actually funny because they actually use this font even in their modern games. Have you noticed this? Picross S. Even though their fonts are now more modern, they still have the same shape. I never noticed that. Look at this. You look at Mario Super Picross, or Mario's regular Picross, the numbers have like a certain like pattern to them. Like this 8 is like this, right? This 9 is like this, the 7 is like this, the 3 has this little like thing up here. And even in their modern games, the 3 looks the same. It literally has the same thing. The 9 looks, you know, just like this. The 8 has the similar sort of slant. The 5 looks like this as well, right? It's missing the thing on the right side right there. The 1 also looks like that. The 2 is pretty much, it's got the little like thing on the right side. And the 10, it's also the same. They're actually so consistent. Now I'm wondering, like, did they like do research? They were like, we found that this font is actually readable. This is the most readable way to represent things. I was like, man. Like, I tried copying like a different number font, and it did not look good. Just something about it, like the spacing, or maybe like some other thing. It just didn't look right. Welcome X tag. I like the 3 and the 8. Yeah, they're very distinct. And it's weird that I've never noticed until I had to copy it. I like copied it, I was like, oh, what's the deal with this? They're like slanted slightly. Anyway. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so what was I doing? I wonder why they made the numbers different, like 4 and 14, like 3 and 13. Because you don't have enough space for that. Like the 3 here, I mean, I guess they could have done it like this. Whoops. How do I make the background? They could have made it like, oh god, what have I done? Like this. But that's like, that doesn't look good, right? You don't have enough space for that. Right, this 3, like I guess, you know, they could have done like this, right? But it doesn't. I guess it's probably fine. I don't know. They probably had some reason for it. And the 4, you know, it's like, how did they have the 4? It's like this. Yeah, they don't have enough. Oh wait, I guess they could have done it like this. I don't know. But it doesn't. It doesn't work, guys. Like, you can't have it like this because you need enough space between the next tile. Are you aware that Microsoft released their original 5602 basic source? I do not know what that is about. It does not concern me, but I'm sure it's cool. I'm sure that it's good. Probably. Okay, so the number starts here. It starts specifically at 5836. 5836, right? And go here. Okay, so it's got to be at 58. Let's just ignore this for now. 58 and was it 36? Did I say it was 36? 58. Yes, 36. Numbers under Mario are totally different too. You mean these numbers? Well, this one makes sense because you don't want like these numbers are thin. You can't be having that. This is like a different timer. It's got to be like big and readable. And also the fact that they must fit in a tile. Right? Look at this grid 8x8. Notice these, they don't even fit specifically on the tiles. It actually goes up. Mario has a closed 4, Picross has an open 4. I think Mario's numbers are default Game Boy font. There is no default Game Boy font though. You have to implement this yourself. And they don't fit on tile boundaries, so they had to do something like specific for this. I don't know, they just chose to do it for some reason. I think because these ones have to be small, right? At larger sizes, maybe this is a bit more readable. This one is kind of like, it needs to be distinguished from the other numbers, perhaps. But then, like, is there another number that looks similar to this, even at small sizes? I don't know. Maybe not. But okay, we're gonna try to display an image here. It's gonna be the number 5. Now, I know for sure this is not going to work originally. It's going to actually replace a different tile, right? I already knew this would not work. I called it. What if I did this, right? And that's because it's using a different set of tiles. Now we need this blit to be aware of the position of the thing. It looks like some Mario font you'd see in Super Mario World. Perhaps. They probably have some reason for it. Welcome, Tag Barrel. Okay, so then in our blit function, right? Our blit function right here, we have to check. We'll take this one. Instead of taking a tile index, we should take an address. All right, we're going to have VRAM address. It's simply going to be a uint8t. And then when we call blit tile, we confirm this. Right, so this one is here. VRAM tile index. Oh, this is going to be kind of annoying though. It's going to be a bit annoying because we have other things. Okay, what if we passed in a flag? Because we have to, okay, so we gotta compute the VRAM address, but it may differ. It'll differ based on whether we are above, we're currently rendering something above this line or below. That's when they swap out the tile set. And so what I do here is I will have to, instead of doing this, what if we have a flag? What if we had VRAM offset? What if it was in fact VRAM offset? That doesn't make sense, right? That doesn't even... No, we'll keep it like this. And then, okay, so tile index, we're gonna have a variable here. Tile index equals, so it's gonna be uint 8 underscore t. And then we have this. Okay, so initial VRAM address, it's going to be this one. Now we have to check. Okay, so if y is greater than tile switch scanline. So it should be if it's less than. It's gotta be something. Of course, it's gotta be something. So then, okay, what do we do? How do we do this? Tile index is at the moment an unsigned. It should actually be signed though. That's the thing. Tile index is actually signed, if you'll remember. It used to be. Me, when I'm a celebrity and I sign something, this thing was signed. You can verify for real, and that's because the way that it's laid out in memory is actually, if it's above 128, it actually goes below. It uses the tiles that are above. So I have to also consider this in my calculations. That's right, everyone. It's actually somewhat complicated. It's actually like a little bit crazy that they would do this to me. Maybe that's why the way that Mario's picross does it in real RAM is actually laid out differently. It's like, as I'm programming this, I'm realizing why they did things a certain way. But I will not do it this way. So we have tile index is this one. Get tile xy. We do this. It's gonna be a uint 8 underscore t. Okay, so then if y is greater than the tile switch scanline, VRAM address is equal to this thing. Welcome, Diego. Else, it's going to be, well, but then also though, get tile xy. This one, okay, so it's got to be for here, it's going, instead of being 9,000, it's going to be 8,000. And then what? And then what, guys? What even then? Tile index. So this one's gotta be tile index minus, and then it's gotta be minus 128. Right? It's gotta be minus 128. No, it's gotta be, it's gonna be kind of complicated actually. If tile index is greater than or equal to 128, then you do this. Else. No, okay, what if I just have two things? If I simply just have, oh no, I can just cast it. I can simply just cast it. Int 8 underscore t. Would you say you like low level like this, or do you prefer Godot? I feel like for some reason this is more fun to me. Like, I feel like you have like more precise control over how things are rendered. With Godot, I feel like a lot of time I'm like, you know, there's like some physics thing that's going on and I'm like, I don't know like what the deal is with this thing. And then like I can't fix it. I had like hard code, some kind of hack in there. You know, like nudge the player 5 pixels to the right, just ensure that they're on the wall. Whatever. Stuff like this, I'm like, okay, they're exactly at this position. Have you ever used function pointers in C and C++? I'm tempted to just to try it, but it's so weird. I've probably done it before. I mean, function pointers, it's like common. You use that in like just anywhere, I guess. I don't know. What is this warning me about? Undeclared identifier. Okay, for some reason, Clang D does not know how to find these imports. Which is strange, because I told it where to go, and it just did not do it. It's actually cringe that they would not know. I literally told them where to go, and they don't even know. They're not even there. Yeah, Clang D's, exactly. Well, that's what we're always saying. Everyone's always saying this. Okay. So we get tile XY. Getting IntelliSense to work is such a nightmare, right? You gotta like run some command. You gotta like generate some kind of file, like a compile commands file, and then it does a bunch of other stuff. Welcome vacuously. Yo, it's her right there. It's literally she's right there. I was talking about removing this thing because it's been like more than a week since I've had it on the stream, but I was like, I can't just remove it. It's so whimsical. Is that the Toho artist? You missed the entire bit. Yes, that's right. It's me. When Altscop was here, that was also what he said, and I was like, that's me. That's me right there. It was me from like 2012. Break that guy Altscop, he probably is gone by now. Let's see, I guess I didn't get to that point then. First time I used it was during threads in my OS class. Well, I hope you have a good time learning about function pointers. If you make it a real CMake project loaded in CLine, it will work perfectly. Yeah, but then I don't know, I don't want to do. When did I start drawing? Oh, at a very young age. Such a young age, so long ago. Look at how long this goes back. I was probably like 15 when I made this website. 2007 was this. It doesn't even load anymore. It's actually so old it just does not load. No. Anyway. When did I start drawing? When are you gonna start drawing? Vacuously the artist of this week's schedule art. Have you seen this? That's the schedule art for this week. Anyway, we're trying to figure out programming. Stop, delete it. Anyway. What am I doing? Right, she is so good. Actually, go to, also wait, Xtag, I don't think you posted the art and the hashtag, but Xtag drew you on Webfishing. Look at this, you right there, along with many other good things. I do that sometimes. You could do it right now. Anyway, what was I doing? We're trying to find the address of this VRAM 9000. When do you all start drawing? Does anyone have a desire to draw? But never actually got around to doing it. That was me. I was like, oh man, I'm just gonna start drawing Toho. And then I did. As a kid on paper. But do you have a desire to do it now, though? You ever see art and go, I sure wish that I could draw? And then you do. And then you're like, man, this is fun. I don't know. Now here I am programming CAD projects. I feel like that's kind of like art, right? It's like designing things. Design in some ways is like art. Pretty much. Welcome, Yuko. Hope you're having a good Friday. What was I doing? I updated this to use the tile address, right? And this thing, I feel like I need like a function for this. Void get tile get address, get tile VRAM address. Welcome Wed. It's an okay Friday. I slept a lot of the day through. I feel like I didn't do anything today, like at work. I feel like, I don't know. Like I have a thing where I'm supposed to like review someone's code and I'm like, okay, I'll do that. I just like spend the entire day not doing it. Like it's gonna be so easy. It's literally gonna take like an hour. And then it's like, oh, I could do it at any point. And then I just don't do it. It do be called computer aided drawing, translating from PTBR literally. PTBR, Portuguese, Brazil. It's design. Gonna get fired, that's fine. I can watch streams at work. I literally had Northern Line stream open, had Vacuously stream open. They don't care. Yup. Okay, so we're gonna give it an X and Y address. And then what? Started more than just doodling like a year ago. Was it because of web fishing? Didn't like web fishing get you like into art or something? Start drawing in the web fishing lobby. It's like, yo, look at that. Amazing. Right? Isn't that cool? I think it's cool. So we have a pointer, a uint8_t pointer. And then this thing will give you an address in return. So then if y is greater than the tile switch scan line, you gotta do get tile xy, tile x, wait, how does this work? You gotta be doing this. No, it's okay. So this one is actually tile x, tile y. I got new AirPod Pros 3. They seem nice so far. Is that the one that I have? Didn't you buy AirPods at the same time that I did? Was that the second one? Are they better than the ones that I have? What have they improved? Don't they have like some sort of like pass-through translation thing? These are new, they literally just came out. I feel like it's been fine so far. I don't really need like a new one necessarily. I've had no issues yet. Maybe it's fine. Okay, uint8t tile index. The pass-through translation though, it's only a few European languages. What if you went to Europe? What if you went all the way over there? Okay, so tile y is greater than tile switch scan line divided by 8. I only bought these because I lost my Pro 2 in May, because I lose things. Man. There's like one time when like I almost lost my AirPod. I was like listening to Sleepcast in bed, and then like I actually fell asleep with my AirPods on, and then when I woke up I was like, oh shoot, I need to put this back in the case. It was dark, and then like it fell on the floor. I had to like turn the lights on, and then you know, like once you wake up and you turn the lights on, you do stuff, it's like you just can't go back to sleep. It was an awful. I actually only slept like not very well. Actually last night I think I slept for like 5 hours or maybe 4 hours. I just kept thinking about Game Boy development. I was like, yo, what if I update the build system to like combine the 2 header files so I don't have to do like so I don't have to like import all this stuff? What if I had it so that I could change like this stuff? He's obsessed. I'm actually obsessed. It's actually so fun. I lost them in a Chicago hotel lobby. I tried my best to find them, but it was impossible. Isn't there like a ping feature that you can use? Like it'll make a sound. You could like be like, oh, this is where the AirPod is. Something like that. I don't know. Does anyone even know? Anyone even know anything nowadays? No, the answer is no. The lobby was massive, there was too much ambient noise. I guess that makes sense. It's unfortunate, but at least you have new ones. That's cool, at least. Alright, get tile VRAM address. All I know is that I know nothing. Is that a Monogatari reference? I only know the things that I know. I got within 100 feet of it, but no matter how much I tried to ping it, it was impossible to find. What if it was like out of batteries? I guess it would have told you, right? It would have been like the batteries are out. Presumably it was fine. Okay, let's try to see if this works. I feel like this is not going to work. But what if it did? Okay, it did not work. Unidentified VRAM address 169. With tile? Get tile VRAM address, tile X, tile Y. Kyle? What if it was Kyle instead of tile? Oh shoot, guys, it actually worked. Guys, it actually worked. There's a 5 on the screen. The 5 showed up in the correct place. What the heck? First try? Okay, it was second try, but that's pretty cool, right? So we have this here. This here does work. We're gonna add some custom logic here. If I was to say one good thing about these, the transparency mode of these is much improved. I can hear the outside world as clearly with them on as without. If I held a combo, I'd probably still take them out. I don't actually use my AirPods outside. I feel like I feel like I would feel a bit too, what's the word? It feels like it'd be dangerous, you know? That noise cancellation. What if it falls out and then it falls onto the street and then like a car runs over it? I only use them indoors. But you know, I don't know. Maybe it's fine. Okay, so this is 58 minus column. My headphones have an amplify mode. Actually makes the outside noise louder. I think the iPad, what's it called? The AirPods can probably do that as well. But I've never tried it. Like, I think the AirPods can be used as a medical grade hearing aid. So I think it's actually possible. I got the old ones damaged a few times. Twice I got replacements on Apple Care warranty. Do you all purchase like the extended warranty when you buy stuff? I feel like I never do it. I've never thought I'm gonna pay, you know, like this much money for like 2 extra years. I've never done it. I never do. Have you ever regretted it though? You're like, oh frick, I should have done it. Even if I did, I would forget I have the policy. That's also possibly true. I only do it for Apple products. I don't do it for anything else. But why is that though? Like, do you expect to lose it? Or to break? Better be safe than sorry. Like, do you do it though? Like, I don't do it. Like, I'm just like, why would I pay like extra money in case it breaks? And then it never actually happened. And then it's like, you know, the amount of money I've saved by not purchasing it, maybe like, I don't know. If it's something more expensive, I will. I guess for some things it would make sense. like a computer or something. Something that's like $1,000. I remember one time it was sort of related to like insurance, but it's like in college we were doing like a presentation at like some other college, and like we needed to ship the computer over there, and we were like, when we were at the place shipping it over, and the guy was like, "Do you want insurance on this thing?" And we were like, "No." He was like, "I'm not letting you send this without insurance." He made us purchase the insurance. Like, is that allowed? Are they allowed to do that? Because he was like, "This thing is definitely going to get like destroyed if you don't." Something's gonna go wrong. You have to buy it. And we did it because I guess we weren't the ones paying for it. They could be sued for that, right? It felt weird that he was so insistent on it. Apple products cost so much. In my experience, I can get one replacement per purchase due to battery wear and tear. It's valid if it goes below 80%. I didn't know they covered batteries. Hold on. What is what is the battery health of my iPhone right now? Battery health, maximum capacity. It's still 92%. That's pretty good, right? Probably. Would be a shame if something happens to your nice computer. Oh, you mean like this computer that I'm using right now? The one that restarts every stream unless I leave it on for like 15 minutes. That one. It's fine. One time my AirPods did legitimately get run over at the airport. And got those replaced for $30. That's pretty good though. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like since I don't buy anything, if the thing I bought breaks and I need a new one, like I can afford to just like purchase an entire new one, right? Like I'm just wasting money at that point, but like I'm not using that money on anything else, right? Streamer is just like, look at how rich I am. It doesn't even matter to me. I have so much money, I can literally just purchase a new one. How can Apple determine a legitimate runover versus an illegitimate one? Did you have to like prove anything though? You had to be like, it wasn't my car. Well, I mean, even if it was your car, I guess it could still be an accident. I don't know. It's probably something. Okay, what if we just did this and see what it looked like? We have, okay, so 50 is going to be 36. 58 minus column times 7. 58 plus column times 7. Oh shoot. Okay, so then it should be this. And then this one I think should be that's fine. This one should be minus, right? Whoa, that's wrong actually. Why is this wrong? It should be 1 pixel. Wait, why is this wrong? Hold on. That's not fine. It should be 1 pixel over to the left. Column times 6. Is that what I meant? Is that what I meant, guys? Yes, okay, that is apparently what I meant. Column times 6. Okay, so we have successfully rendered numbers on the top part. Isn't that cool, guys? Render numbers on left. Render numbers on top. Okay, so this works. Render numbers on top. Also, it is 6 p.m. I'm gonna drink some water right now. Okay. Anyone else hydrating right now? We all having a good time. Okay, so now that this works, what am I doing? Maybe now I work on like setting up you know, like actual like render the numbers for real. Does coffee count as hydration? Isn't it like the opposite though? Doesn't coffee like make you more thirsty? It's like a diuretic or something. Does anyone know? Anyone know things? Okay, we have numbers. Numbers are here. Okay, so let's make a thing where you can draw the level. It does hydrate you? I don't know. I guess I don't drink coffee, so I don't really know. Probably someone here does know. Alright, this one's going to be 16 by 16. We're going to load a different palette. Drawing stream. I haven't done a drawing stream in like a long time. Like, I guess, you know, pixel art, it is kind of like drawing, I guess. But also not exactly. It's like drawing, but it's not. When was the last time I did a drawing stream, actually? It's been a long time. Oh no, it was this one. Remember this one? A year ago? Drawing. Welcome, Alpha. What if you drew people posing with fish they caught? Why would I do that? Why would I draw anything? Oh, remember this game. That was good. Oh, remember this one. Remember when I animated Chia? Remember when I drew Nice Eggy? I think this one was the most recent one I did. I can't watch it because I'm on VPN. Added that drum game to my playlist 20 minutes ago. I think it would be a good stream. I think it would be quite enjoyable to watch. Who did I draw on this stream? Who did I draw? I drew several individuals. There. I drew Karagi on this stream. I drew... this was Pilk. She was holding Pilk. And then I drew Chia. I recognize some, but which ones? Alice. It's Chia. I don't know, whatever. What was I doing? I was gonna change this palette. Okay. So you can invert these colors. I believe this one has to go first. It has to go here. How do I? Okay, hold on. Load palette. Welcome, Carabelle. Let's see. I kind of wish it would like load a previous file you've opened. Like I want to load the palette from this file. Can I just do that? Can I just save the palette? Save palette as preset. E-spray palettes. Okay, this is gonna be Game Boy. Game Boy palette. I probably should have just done that. Load palette. Game Boy. Okay, so I think I'm gonna make a thing where you can draw a puzzle. We're gonna have a 5x5. You can even use colors that are not like this color. But I think what I'm gonna do is, let's say you're drawing a table or something. Sprite has a Game Boy palette. You kind of make your own palettes. I think it does have a built-in one, but I think it's a bit duller than what it's normally supposed to be. I don't know. Okay, what do I make the first puzzle? It's gonna be a rat. What if the first puzzle was a rat? It's gonna be like this. It's gonna be a 10 by 10 puzzle. Simply because it's easier to do. And then I also don't know if this is like solvable. This is the thing with picross puzzles, is some of them are not solvable. Yeah, I think there's a website that I found that makes it so that it can evaluate whether your puzzle is solvable. I think I have it open in a different tab. Puzzle, what's it called? Picross difficulty, nonogram difficulty rater. Here, this one right here. There's a website. Is it this one? That's a different one. Nonogram.kniffin.dev. That's a different one though. I think the one that I found, it also tells you the difficulty. So you can draw something here and then it'll be like, it'll take this many steps to solve. So I think if you're making a picross game, you can like rank them, you can sort them by how difficult they are. And I think that's cool. So like if I drew the rat here, if I simply just did this, I kind of wish this thing would show you like the grid outlines though, because if I'm trying to make a 10 by 10 puzzle, I need to know where the 10 mark is. Okay, so 10 is here. We can probably delete that later. But then we have this here. We have... Is it locked to 15 by 15? Yes, but that's fine because I can't fit more than 15 by 15 in this game. The Game Boy cannot show more than 15 by 15. So that's totally fine. See, this thing tells you that it's unsolvable. If you put the thing right there, it's literally unsolvable. Okay, we're gonna delete these. I kind of wish it wouldn't like do the right click menu though. I think it doesn't do that on Chrome. It is a bit annoying. Okay, so this is 10. This is another 10 goes down to here. Okay, what if it was just like this? And then we had, okay, so this is a 10 by 10, I think. No, this is actually a 9. No, that is a 10 by 10. Wait, what is this 15 by 15? This goes to 5, this is 10. This is actually 16 by 16, which is a bit strange. But okay, I think this one is solvable. Unfortunately, there's no way to just copy this thing to there. Site ahead lets you change the size, but it doesn't tell you the difficulty though. I want to know the difficulty. I guess if I'm just doing this for testing, I don't really need to know the difficulty just yet. Whatever. Alright, we have this. And then this. Now, how do I make it so that the background defaults to this color? So when I move stuff around, it becomes black. But I want the opposite. I guess I just make the background this. Lick your belly difficult. What are you talking about? You've just been saying things. I don't understand what you're saying. What is bro talking about? Okay, so we have this. And then you just have this right here. And then this. Okay, we're gonna save this as... Oh man, now we have to find the directory again. Is there no like recent files directory? Do I have to like pin the thing? Okay, what if I added this to here? I can't. Why can't I do it? Code. Pin to quick access. Okay, I can do it there, but for some reason I could not drag it there. I don't know why that is. We have GBDK example assets. Okay, we're gonna save this as puzzle.asprite. Now I think we're gonna take this. We're gonna generate a puzzle from it. What is picross site base the difficulty on? I think it's the number of steps it takes to solve it. It goes through step by step, and then it's like, okay, you can solve it this way, you can do this thing, mark that off, you put that thing there, and then eventually it solved it. It's like it took 49 steps. And then I think if it has a guess, that counts as like 10 steps or something. I don't know. There's some criteria they use. Anyway, okay, so now we have a sprite, a thing specifically for puzzles. Yeah, it shows you the steps. Alright, so we take puzzle.asprite, map tiles only. What if you added the hardest possible puzzle that is still technically solvable? As a joke. I don't know. I would need to find one though that is hard but still solvable. I think that's the issue I had with Miku Picross, is that the puzzles were not challenging. There was no difficulty there. It was kind of just like they had no contradiction strats or anything like that. It's too much. Let's look up the Asprite CLI options. You want people to play the game or die trying? I mean, there's like some that are optional. You don't have to do every puzzle. I guess it depends on the game. I don't really know what kind of game it's going to be besides Picross. Like, is it just going to be a plain old Picross game? Or is it going to be like also story mode, you know? You could have a thing where you walk around. There's some games like that. There's various things. Let's see. Okay, sheet type. It's gotta be vertical. Specifically, because I said so. It doesn't matter right now because we only have one Picross puzzle, but as we add more things, they're going to be aligned vertically. Okay, and then what? Then we set up our thing to depend on it. Puzzle. We have puzzle. Let's build it. Assets. Puzzle. Just to see what it looks like. And then you do puzzle.c. Alright, so now we have puzzle tiles. So now we go back here, we add a thing. Gotta be adding things. Everyone, you gotta be adding things. Imagine not adding things. Okay, so you import it. You do puzzle.h, and then go down here. In your main function. Oh, we should also have code that determines what the size of the puzzle is. Because like this one, I think all the puzzles are going to be contained in the 16 by 16 image. But then we can detect whether there's nothing on these rows and then just say it's like a 5 by 5 or something. It's possible. Okay, let's do, what are we doing? What are we doing, guys? What is anyone doing right now? What are you doing? Viewer watching this stream right now. Y'all, what are y'all doing? Silk Song? Are you having a good time? Silk Song. Let me understand, you were using the WSL and inside Vim? Yes. This is NeoVim specifically. Having fun but struggling with the challenge room. As long as you're having fun. You know, as long as you're not like, I freaking hate this game, never show this game to me again. That's good. It's good that you're enjoying it. Deciding what to play next, FF9 postgame is done. Yeah, I never got to that point. But that's cool. Everyone having a good time with games. I have A-Sprite open. Staring at a blank page. What is there something that you wanted to make though? What are you making? Or maybe that's the issue. Maybe you don't know what you're making. That's the issue. Okay, so we have board state, we have solution, board solution. We gotta have a function, void, load puzzle, index. We're gonna load puzzle index. Okay, so let's see. We give it a puzzle index, and then we go to puzzle tiles for row uint8t row in. Sorry, this is not how C works. Equals 0, row 0 to 15. No less than 15. Row plus plus. Actually, it's actually 30. Do you know that? It's actually 30. No, let's do 15. Because it's got two bits per pixel. Okay, so we have an address here. It's going to be const pointer uint8t puzzle tiles equals puzzle equals it's going to be puzzle tiles plus what? Good question. 16 plus 16 times 16. Is that what it is? Times index level number is that how this works? Puzzle. Okay, so you take the offset from puzzle tiles, and then the 16, it should actually be 16 times 4. It's 4 times 16 because 4 is the number of 8x8 tiles that are in here. Welcome, Zully. It's the number of 8x8 tiles. And then, hold on, 4, number of tiles in a 16 by 16 image. 16 is the number of bytes per 8x8 tile. And then what? I don't need this other 16, I guess. Is that true? 4 times 16, that's probably fine, right? That's probably it. Okay, so we iterate, we go through every row. We do, so we want to check whether some kind of thing. Board solution row equals 0. You gotta set it to 0. And then also row plus 1. Row times 2. Row times 2 plus 1. No. What are we doing here? Make a rat, specifically a rat, not a mouse. Been looking for rats, but so many turned out to be mice. Can't believe that they would do that. Welcome, Lunatic Lurker. Alright, so we are resetting. We are resetting the offset. Uint at row offset equals row times 2. Row offset. Row offset plus 1. Okay, so you're resetting it. And then you want to check puzzle row offset and puzzle row offset plus 1. Board solution. Wait, hold on. Wait a second, guys. How does this work? It's gotta be, let's make this a uint 16t. And then the real rat was your fellow chatter all along. I played board games today, if that was the question. Which board game, though? Which games of the board? I hope you weren't bored. Am I right, guys? Am I right, guys? So true. What am I doing? So we go through the puzzle. Board? No. That's a different word. Watch my group play Settlers of Catan. And then we played something with train in its name. Does anyone know which game he's talking about? Any board game Andy's in the chat? But yeah, that's train. That's the train to Busan. Ticket to Ride. That doesn't have train in the name though. That's totally different, but it's probably that one. Yep. Zoe, you lied. There was train was not even in the name. Unbelievable. Wait, this is actually kind of complicated because they actually are setting different things here. Now, I'm not fully explaining why this is complicated. You'll just have to trust me. Row offset times 2. Board solution is this. So it should just be row. Board solution row is 0. Wait a second, it doesn't make sense. This simply does not make sense. Okay, so this should be because here's what we're doing, okay? We're going through the grid. We have this tile, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one. But then it also goes through again for the secondary color. But then it does that, and then it goes on to this one, where ideally you want it to just be from this all the way to there, one row at a time. Is there a better way to do this? There's probably some better way to do this. Go from row 0 to row 15. How do I do it? We also play Codenames and Elixir. No idea what the English name is. Yeah, I don't know. But I hope you had fun. It sounds like it would have been fun. I don't remember the last time I played a board game. It has probably been a long time. It's probably been years. Maybe even like a decade. No, surely not, right? It can't have been a decade. When was the last time I played a board game? It might have been a decade, actually. No, there's no way, right? But I can't think of one. Am I counting card games? Yes. I also don't know if I've played a card game in real life. There's a Codenames doll? What the? I should add that to my list of games that I... Whoa, what the... what the heck? Codenames Daily? No. I count card games? Yeah, they do count. I just don't remember the last time I played a card game, though. And I mean a physical one. I'm specifically counting physical ones. If you're playing it online, it's not the same. It's different. It's a totally different thing. Okay, what if we just write down the logic? Puzzle row. Puzzle row. Puzzle row plus 1. These are the indexes we need to access. Puzzle row and puzzle row plus 1. Row offset. Right. And then, so this will give us the first 8 pixels. And then we need to also... And then what? And then what are we doing? You have to also get row offset plus... What? Wait, row times 2. Row times 2 plus 1. Row times 2 plus 16. Row times 2 plus 17. I played Uno 2 days ago. Uno 2? You played Uno 2. The trail at House on the Hill is great experience on or offline. Wingspan is superior. I remember when Northern Lion tried to play Wingspan one time on stream. And then I think he gave up because it was like too complicated to explain to people. That's a common thing with board games. Is that it takes too long. And then by the time you play it next time, people forgot how to play it. And then you have to explain it again. It's like, oh man, come on, we went over this. You should know this by now. Unbelievable. We need people to be on board with the rules. True. Welcome, Sheriff Pumpkin. Oh man. What am I doing? Puzzle row times 2. Couldn't find a proper English link to the Elixir game, but here's Amazon link. Yep, that certainly is a link. Can someone describe it? I guess even if you described it, I would not know what it is. Like, because I don't know board games, so like, I don't know why I asked. Just like, hey, I asked the thing, and then like, you give me the answer, and I don't really know what the answer refers to. It's a game that comes in a flask. You drink it. Uno problem also is people have different rules. Isn't there's like a variation of Uno where like the number 8 swaps your hand with someone, right? Some people have it so you can stack +2, +4. Stacking +2s, what is this, Northern Lion stream? Am I right, guys? Great joke, streamer. Welcome Pork Fu. Uno, more like Ocho, that's different. It's a different thing. I have Uno. I don't have Uno. I don't even have an Xbox. I don't even have anything. Row offset +17. Wingspan isn't even that hard of a game. It's supposed to be entry level. I can see how it would overwhelm people. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like when I watched his stream of it, I didn't understand. Same thing for like when he played Dominion. Isn't that a game, Dominion? And I don't mean the movie, Dominions. But then like a lot of people understood it. And I was like, I don't know like what's happening. Dominion or Bob. The OG deck builder. Choose 3 things. Choose between 3 things. I love choosing between 3 things. That's crazy. So this is the left, 8x8. This is the right, 8x8. I feel like if you played Slay the Spire, you already understand 60% of it. I've never played Slay the Spire. And yet I've watched probably dozens of hours of people playing it. On that online board game site, I can't remember, they were briefly top 10 in the world. Board Game Geek or whatever, I don't actually know. It's the website. You have a bunch of ingredients, acrylic item. After throwing some dice, everyone tries to make it so the total amount of ingredients. See, this is already too much. Like, I know this was only like 1 sentence. It was like 2 sentences, but like reading the first sentence, I was like, this is too much information for a game. It's got to be like 1 sentence. You do this thing, get points. Are we washed? Is everyone's attention span washed? Can't even read a 2-sentence summary of a game without thinking like this is too long. I played it for 1 evening. As someone who plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon TCG, it's easy to get. Yeah, I feel like that's the thing also. It's like easier with examples. That's why a lot of games when they do tutorials and it's like a wall of text. You're like, I haven't even seen the game yet. I don't know like what the context of this is. So you can place a token and it, only in this condition. If you have this character on the board, they have this power. And you can flip 2 cards, but only if you're in the draw phase. If you're in the play phase, you can flip 3 cards. And the 3 cards you can play one of 2 wobble tokens. A wobble token allows you to draw a card from the discard pile. It's a bit strange, but you can draw from the discard pile. And then after the discard pile has 10 cards, you shuffle it and place it back into the play pile. You have to explain all the rules exactly. If you have a word with a number of people on team, guess the other words related to that word. I guess one more than number. Is that code names? That's code names. Sometimes when I explain a card game, I don't introduce some rules until the second round. I think that's a good way to do it, because then people are not overwhelmed. Right? You're just like, here's the rule. And then next time, remember that there's also this. Adding a wobble token mod. Any fans of Slay the Spire? Anyone hate Slay the Spire? Anyone like, I freaking hate Slay the Spire. I've never even slayed a spire. I don't even know the spire. Inspiring. What if it was an inspiring game? I think Slay the Spire is okay. It's relatively bare bones. But didn't it sort of like... Isn't it like the origin of many mechanics of roguelike deck builders nowadays? That's a thing, right? That's a thing. Wingspan does that well. They don't explain additional rules until the second and third round. Yeah. It's true, people just show up and they're like, I don't know what's happening. You just don't know. Simply, no one knows. Alright, so you got the left 8x8. You int 8. You int 16t. Solution equals, and then this. And then what? It simply is these two. Is your font always this size? No, because I don't normally program. Well, yes, I guess it is always this size because I only program on this when I'm streaming. On my own personal computer that I use when I'm not streaming, it is not this large. Anyone play the Slay the Spire board game? That is a thing that exists. I actually don't like how Slay the Spire popularized roguelike deck builders with you start with bad cards, you have to spend resources getting rid of bad cards instead of getting fun new cards. Well, I don't know. I've never played it, so I don't really know. Imagine knowing. Any knowers? Using the result of an assignment as a condition without parentheses. What are they talking about? What are they talking about? Row. What? Am I not using this? I thought I was using it. I guess not. I guess I was mistaken. Okay, so let's see. Const size. Largest size. 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 If solution, then size max, what is it? Size equals row. And then, okay, so then here, then we go, if size is size greater than, what are we doing? Okay, size greater than 10. If size is greater than 10, puzzle size, no, here's what you do, guys. Puzzle size equals size greater than 10. No, it should be +1. Size row +1. Size greater than 10, then it's 15. Otherwise, size greater than 5, then 10. Otherwise, 5. Isn't that so confusing? Isn't this such a confusing statement? No, it's totally understandable. Okay, so let's try out our load puzzle thing. Now, it doesn't actually do anything. It simply just does not do anything. Anyone else relate to not doing anything? Any fans of not doing anything? Okay, load puzzle 1, 0. Load puzzle 0. Let's just see if this compiles. It does not compile. Line 75. Const uint 8t puzzle equals. Oh, it should be this. You could be bold and make picross in a size that is not dividable by 5. Yeah, I think that's messed up. I hate when games do that, because it messes with my muscle memory. I watched the entirety of your Saturday stream last weekend. That was basically doing nothing. The entirety, though, I did that. I watched the entirety of my stream through OBS as I was streaming it. That was cool. End to end? Why not start to end, though? Isn't that wacky? Like a start to end to end? I guess the end is also the beginning. True. Welcome, NanoDan. End to end. Okay, so this does something. And whether it does what we want, I don't know. So now that we have the puzzle solution, I clipped you abruptly ending stream after dying to that one guy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that was at the end of the stream. I remember that. Welcome, Brains Out. Why are you wearing a tie? Why would I not, though? Why would I not do that? You have to watch the ending first to see if it's worth going through the whole VOD. The ending is always just a spoiler to what day it is. That's just how it is. A weird tie? Is it weird though? Are you sure? Okay, so what if after we loaded the thing, we go through mark solution. Mark? Anyone named Mark? Mark Lar? So for uint 8t row in puzzle solution. What's it called? What's it called? Puzzle. What did I call this? Board solution. Why did I call it board solution instead of puzzle solution? This is also not how C works. It's not uint 8. It's uint 8t row equals 0. Row less than board size. Puzzle size. Row plus plus. Bro is writing Python or Lua or other languages with such syntax. Plus plus row? No. No reason. Picross is a board game? No. Not at all. Cursor grid Y. Okay, so it's gonna be row mod row. Wait a second. What are we doing here? It's got to be for, and then for column, right? You got to go through rows and columns. 0 column less than puzzle size, column plus plus. Should I go to sleep? I guess. I mean, like, eventually. I guess you mean right now. Sure, you could. If you want to. You don't have to, but you could. Hypothetically. Okay, so we have a row bit mask. uint 16t row bitmask equals board solution of row. And then what? And then you take coordinate to screen cursor grid X. It's gotta be column. It's gotta be a row. 5 by 5 pattern. What is pattern? What is pattern currently set to? Pattern. Cell fill tiles. Cell crossed. Oh, but it should be based on whether it's filled in. So then here we go. If row bitmask and one shifted over by column, then you do this. I imagine this is probably not going to compile. That is correct. Cell cross is not compile. It's actually cell crossed. Cell crossed. Cell crossed tile. Cell crossed tiles. Star crossed cells. Oh, frick. Wait a second. That did something. Whether is that what I want though? What did that do? Alright, have a good night, Zoli. So this is what we wanted to draw. This thing, it has some resemblance. The eyes are here. It did draw this stuff. And then what? So it drew this. This stuff is not supposed to be here, right? It's supposed to be... But like, what is this down here? What the frick is this? Like, I got something right, but something is also not correct. What is that? Why is that? So in our load puzzle solution, did it go backwards? Wait, hold on. Did it go backwards? If we simply flip it around. No. No, I think something else is wrong here. So we have, okay, so the 8 by 8 would be here. It'd be here. Okay, it's drawing various things. What if we, okay, what if we did like a checkerboard thing up here, just to see. Look at the ear, the diagonals on the left rather than the right. So this doesn't go down. But then like, what is this? I don't know, let's just try to see what this looks like. Let's see where the top thing gets. Okay, so this up here is correct. Hold on, let me put this in a separate thing. Let's make a new frame. Delete this one. Hey, what the frick is this? The background has stuff on it. You have to be linking. Oh, the eyes were on a different layer. What the meow is this? You can't be saying that. The left edge of the rat is below the rat. Hold on. I just want to see if we draw this up here. So why is it making this into a 15 by 15? It should be a 10 by 10. So okay, so we have this here. We have this here. Let's draw a thing up here as well. Let's have, I don't know. This is maybe too complicated. What does this look like? Okay, so up here is correct. These two are actually split on different sides. Oh, I think, okay, I think I'm doing, I'm using I'm doing something wrong here, obviously. So we have solution here, we have this thing here. Oh, okay, I know what I'm doing wrong. This thing is supposed to be shifted over by 8. And specifically, you gotta cast this to a uint16t. I think. Right, because it's just overlapping them. Okay, so this thing here, the checkerboard at the top is correct. We have something else here though. What is that? We have these 3. What is that? That's this thing. But it's also on the other side. And then, then what is this down here? I don't know what that is. What is that? Is that the rat? Hold on. If I delete this, and then I rerun it. Wait, I think something is wrong here. Something is going over to the next frame. If I make a new frame here, and I delete this, and then I go here, that's something. Now, what is that exactly? I don't know. Wait, also notice this goes to 8, which means something... We're missing these 2 here. Is that this? The fact that it's by 8 makes me think that I'm doing something. Let's see, what's the logic here? So we go through every row we go through 15 rows. A row offset is times 2 because that's, we have 2 bits per pixel. And then row offset, or anding the 2 together, because if this is black, it means both the bits are being set, which means they should be part of the solution. Now, like if I went here and I used a different color, we should not see these things being marked. Right, these things should have no effect on the solution. I should also remove this stuff just to confirm. So if I did this, okay, so that is as expected. What's not expected is that this stuff here, let's just remove this stuff. We don't need to complicate this right now. So these 2 are not being rendered. Oh, but they're rendered. Oh, hold on. This is a 10 by 10 though. It was able to detect that it was a 10 by 10. Now this thing being down here is strange. So these 2 have been translated over. Now why specifically? Well, let's see. We have puzzle row offset. So this is taking these right here, and then this next thing is taking the next set of 8 pixels. So it's taking like these here, these 8 pixels on this side, hypothetically. Now maybe the 16 is wrong. The 16 is because we have 8 bits per pixel, and then we have the row offset. It is actually, it's 16 rows. So I think that's, is that correct? 16. It should be the next thing, and then what? And then 17 would be the one after it. Okay, what if I drew this Whoops. And copied it here. We should see a 15 by 15. It is a 15 by 15, but now this stuff down here is messed up. It's actually fricked up. Now, what if I took this solution and commented out this stuff? What does this look like? Okay, so this is rendering stuff. Oh, wait, that's the rat. Wait a second. That is this. That is this. It has taken this stuff and placed it down there. Okay, so I think the plus 16 is wrong. Something about that is wrong. So puzzle is a U int 8t. Puzzle tiles 4. Maybe this 4 times 16 is wrong. So we have 4 tiles per thing. And then 16 bytes per one of these. I think that's right. Is that correct? Is that even correct? Oh no, it's not 16 bytes. It's 16 bytes per row. So we need to multiply 16 by 16 again. It's actually, okay, so bytes per rows per image. This is 16 is the bytes per 8 by 8. Wait, no. Wait, what? Bytes. 16 bytes. No, that's correct, right? Is that correct? What if we just diagram this, okay? We have, it goes to 8 here. So 2 of these make up one row of an 8 by 8. So this thing would be represented by these 2. And then you would have 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So to have 16 bytes per 8 by 8. So this would represent this. Right, we would have this thing would represent this. And then you would have another set of things right after it, which would represent this. Wait, is this the wrong resolution? This is 16 by 16, right? It goes to 8. Oh no, it's actually this. Okay, and then this next set represents this one. And then you have 2 more of these. Right, for the bottom ones. So that in total would be 64 bytes per thing. Welcome Denchi, thank you for the 42 months. Now is this 62 bytes? Yes, this is 62 bytes right here. It's 4 times 16, it's like, you know, it's like 32 times 2 is 64. So that should be one puzzle, should be this. And then you have the offset from the start. You should have, you're multiplying by the level number because you have multiple frames. Every puzzle is its own thing. How is the picross looking? I'm trying to figure out why it's not rendering as expected. It's putting it in the wrong place. Like this is part of the rat image. Although that is actually on frame 3. That's weird. It's weird. Why is it doing that? I just don't know. Pick rat. Maybe, is it the way that I'm exporting it? Hold on. Let's build it. Build assets puzzle. And then we check out this thing. This thing right here. Bat. So we have this, what if we do this? And then you go to a 2 BPP viewer. Right here. It's not this one. Where's the 2 bits per pixel graphics viewer? Wasn't there a thing like this? Was it this one? This one. Here we go. Accepts a file. Wasn't there? Hold on. It was on this website. There was like another thing. This one. Okay, so this is our visualization. We have this one. Wait, this is only 2 though. We are missing the bottom part. Oh, it's because we have it. Okay, we have the thing that GB Studio does. Sorry, not GB Studio. GBDK. By default, it will remove duplicate tiles. It's because this tile is actually the same as this tile. And so it didn't include the blank tile again. This top tile is the same as the one on the right, which is why it's only included once. So I need to pass in a specific flag. It should be, let's see, no dedupe tile, sprite no optimize, keep duplicate tiles. Welcome Handflow. So then we have PNG to asset arguments. Oh, it's also being imported wrong. This is actually an asprite argument. Asprite args. I was passing the wrong things to PNG to asset. No, I think this should work. Asprite tags. Asprite tags. I think this should be more correct. Okay, so there's nothing. There's actually nothing. It's because I commented this stuff out. If I bring this stuff back, and then go back here. Okay, it has some things. It's actually wrong though. It's actually wrong. Let's go see what this looks like. The effects of having optimization is more clever than the programmer. I didn't do it. Okay, so we have this is what we expect. We expect this one, this one, this one, this one. And then this one. Now, but why is this thing so far away though? Wouldn't this thing be directly after this? Or what? Why is that thing there? This thing should actually be a bit more over. Also, I should drink water. I didn't drink water 4 minutes ago. I'm gonna do that right now. Alright, I've done it. Let's see. What if we draw numbers? So we know which one we expect. We expect to see, 1, 2. This is a messed up looking number, but that's how it is. 3, 4. We expect to see 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5 should be here. 6, 7. Welcome, Hometown. Okay, we should expect to see B's. CD's got him. Oh, got him. I can't believe that you were gotten. Okay, so we're gonna build the puzzle. We're going to open the puzzle. We're gonna copy these. Okay, so this is wrong. It's being exported wrong. I think it's our A-Sprite export settings. Let's take a look. We have code, GBDK example, assets. Sorry, it's in Bazel bin directory. That is a symlink that cannot be followed on Windows. That is unfortunate. Let's see. Wait, how do I open this? There's no open found. Okay, hold on. A-Sprite export arguments. We have sheet type. Horizontal, vertical, rows, columns. What if we just see what it looks like here? It's probably the same as in this menu. Export sprite sheet. Okay, so this would look like this. Layout, vertical. Like I would have assumed that this would be right. Vertical strip should be sheet type vertical. So that should be in the order that is expected, but it's not. It's not though. Wait, no, that is right. Wait, no, it's not. It's not right. So why does it look like 1, 2, 5, 6? It's like the default, right? It's like this, 1, 2, 5, 6. It's not respecting my parameters that I've passed in, I think. Sheet type, horizontal, vertical, rows, columns. Columns. What is rows? By rows? It's nothing. By columns? Okay, what if I did columns? Sheet type is columns. Is this even passed in? Hold on. A-Sprite to asset. That is my custom rule that I've defined. We have A-Sprite args. That's there. That should be expected. Oh, I don't actually pass the arguments to A-Sprite. I can't believe it. A-Sprite args. Okay, let's go back here. This should be vertical. And then we run it. Wait, oh, wait, is that a 5? That's a... I think this is flipped. I think my 2 is flipped horizontally. 1, 2. This is also flipped. Why do I have the numbers there? I want to see like what it looks like when rendered. Just to make sure they're rendering in the correct order. Okay, I should probably make these look more like the real numbers so that I can actually read them. I think I have it flipped around. That's probably what it is. So that's 1... Is that 5? We have 5 twice. That's a 3 but flipped. Is that a 2? Is that 2 but flipped? That appears to be the 2 but flipped. Yeah, our 5 doesn't look like that. Okay, but then why is that? We have 1, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 2, 3. I think, okay, I think I know what it is. This should actually be plus 32. This one should be plus 33. Now the flipping thing, I still don't know yet. But okay, so we have 1, 3, 2, 4. 1, 3, 2, 4. Okay, so that is somewhere. It's going like this now. It's going from here to here to here to here, rather than from here to here to here to here. And it's also flipped. It's also flipped. Now what if I built the puzzle and I open the puzzle again? I believe this should be rendered correctly. Okay, it's now in the correct order. I just need to figure out why it's not correct. So we have row offset, we have puzzle, we have row offset +1, solution. So the solution is this. Wait, oh, I'm drawing, no, it's actually correct in memory. I just have it so that I'm drawing it in the incorrect order. Right, marking solution. It should actually be this. It should be 0x FFFF shifted. Wait, hold on. What's the value for 1000 in 16-bit? I guess I could just do it. Okay. 0B1 and then followed by 15 zeros. Does that work? 8,000? Is that really what it is? Is that for real? Oh shoot, guys. 1, 2. Okay, so it's rendered facing the right way. However, it's going the other way. Oh yeah, 1 shifted 50. You're so right. I should have just done that. But then I'm shifting it over by column. So I really should just be doing... There's a better way to do this. Whatever, it's fine for now. 1 shifted over 15 and then shifted back. It's 15 minus column. 1 shifted to the left by 15 minus column. Okay, so that's there. Need to figure out why it's being rendered in the wrong order though. It should be going from here to here to here to here. So we're going from row equals 0. They're not flipped. I mean, like, this is expected, right? We have row column. Oh no, we should start from puzzle size. Okay, it should actually be from... Right, because we're rendering from the left side. So it should be puzzle size -1. Column should be greater than 0. Column should be minus minus. And then this thing should be... That's kind of confusing though. The way that it's represented in memory is not the same as it's visualized. Right, because like in memory... like this. We have, if you have like a bunch of 1s and then a bunch of 0s. Why aren't I going forwards? Yeah, it's because like then it's like, it's actually flipped. Change the loop. It's fine, guys. Okay, but this is, wait, this is the same thing. It's because I have done this. It should be shifted by column. But now it's flipped. It's flipped. Welcome Alt Chakar. Row bit mask and this thing shifted over. So what I think of as the column When I think column 0, I'm thinking this. But column 0 in memory is actually on this side with the way we're shifting it. But if I make it like this, then column... Oh no, then column should be... Wait a second, guys. Why is this so complicated? Why they have to go make things so complicated? Column less than 15. Column plus plus. It's like column should be this, but then we should be able to get something. Some kind of thing. Some sort of thing. So we take the bit mask. We do... Right, this one, I believe this is correct. We go from 1, shift it over. So if you're in column 0, we expect this thing, this bit mask, to be 1 shifted over 15, which is correct because this would be 50 minus 0. Right, that's correct. But then something else is wrong. Some other thing is wrong here. It may be when we're loading the puzzle. So we take this one, and the solution is these two. Maybe. Oh, actually, oh, I'm shifting this over. Okay, no. The first one should be shifted over by 8. The other one should not be shifted over by 8. Right, I was the one mixing it up. Maybe. What about a Junbi? What about a Junbi? What even would that be? Guys, a B? That's crazy. So we do this. We shift. This is too many parentheses. We shift this over by 8. And then this one should not be shifted over. Right, I believe this should be correct then. It's not correct. Why is the 2 down there? It's wrong. It's actually wrong. Okay, good question. Solution, we have these two. Row offset plus 32. Row offset plus 33. Row offset, we go from row 0 to 15. We increment through every row. We take the left thing, we shift it over to the left by 8. And then we take the next thing. This thing should be the tile directly after it in memory. So this one, this thing corresponds to this. We've shifted it over 8. Now it's on the left side. It's on the significant bits in our 16-bit number. And then we take this one, which should be this thing. We don't shift it because it's in the correct place. It's like right here, and then this one's here. It's not shifted, so they should be next to each other. However, it is being rendered below. And how is that possible? How is that even possible? Board solution row equals solution. What if this was actually 16 and this one was actually 17? Is that can't be it. Yeah, that's not it. But this is here, but then we're doing this again. Oh, it's because this, hold on. So this is correct, but then the next thing should, because then this thing is, we should actually be, what am I saying? What am I saying? This should be row times 4, and then this thing is times 2. Okay. No, that's not true. That's not what it should be. I think I know what it is. This is taking the current one and then the next one. But then the next iteration of the loop, it takes the one we already just took and then the one after that. Then how do I have it not do that? Row offset is row times 2, which gives you the row, the actual row. I think this should actually be row offset times 2 rather than plus 16. Row offset times 2 plus 1. No, that's probably not true. That is probably not true, but what if it was? That is in fact not true at all. That is in fact extremely incorrect. Okay, let's walk through this again. We're going through each row, and then within that row, we need to multiply by 2 because it's 2 bits per pixel. So we have this. So this is the first thing. This is let's mark this off. We have 16 there. So this is where each tile begins, is here. We have another one here. Okay, and then so we're going through row. No, actually this is wrong. This is the start of each row. Sorry, this is the start of each tile. It's actually here. And then down here we have, this one is the start of the next one. So if we're going through every one of these, we have the row offset, row times 2. So this gives us, these are the bytes that tell you one row of our input. So it would be, it'd be this. It would tell you what this is, right? We have this one. The line numbers don't start from 0. Which line numbers don't start from 0? What are we talking about? Oh, you mean this? It's fine. It's like Lua. It's literally Lua. What are they lying about? What are you lying about? Have you considered not lying? Northern Lion. I was going by the line numbers to mean row. I mean, I guess like, yeah, row 0, whatever. Just imagine if it was correctly offset. Okay, so we have this. Row offset times 2. And then to get the next one, I'm adding 16 because it's actually, this is the next tile over. Right, but then when we go to the next row, we're looking at these, and then we're adding 16, which should be these, which is what I expect. But then at some point, after this thing is done, what am I doing? What are we doing, man? Does anyone know what I'm doing? Why did I add 32? Right, 32. Wait, why am I adding 30? That's wrong, right? This we determined that this 32 was wrong. 16 is correct, because then it takes the next thing that's next to it. Right? But then what, guys? Then what? 1, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 2, 3. Row offset is row times 2. Maybe it would be easier if I simply just did, instead of all this times 2 stuff, just do it like as it is in memory. So we do I from 0 to what? To 32. Is that what I want? 0 to 32. What are we doing? And then solution. Okay, and then you take this puzzle at index I plus 1, and then this one needs to be I plus 16, I plus 17. But that's not it though. Is that it? That's not it. That's not it. That's, I don't know what I'm doing. What if it's because this thing should be 16? Welcome, next job. What if it was supposed to be 16? No, that doesn't make sense. Why would it be 16? That doesn't make sense. There's never going to be anything on the 16th row. So we have the offset. We have row, we have solution. We take this thing, you add 1. You add 16 to it to get the next tile. The next tile on the right side. And then when you go to the next row, it's actually those. So I think the issue starts happening once you reach row, after you reach row 8, right? Let's test from row 8. No, what are we doing? Row 8. Row 8, I sure hope it did. Am I right, guys? Size, solution. What if you used another variable or two and label things? That's absurd. That could never happen. That would not be possible. You int 16t solution. So we have this. No. So this would be this here. It's the current row. But the left part of the current row. Okay, what if we did that? You int 8t left side, right side. So we have this here. This is the left side. And then we have the right side. So this should actually be row offset Right, plus 16 makes sense. And then plus 17 is that. And then so the solution is just what I had right there. U int 16t, left side, shift it over, or right side. Right, this is what we have, but in a maybe in a more readable way. Left side, I literally made that reference. Okay, so left side is this. Right side. The right side though. Puzzle row offset. Plus 16. Row offset. It's not really row offset, is it? It is pretty much row offset. Alright, what if it was like... What if I just call this offset? It's really a memory offset rather than a row offset. So we have these two. Solution would actually be a row solution. Right, the row solution is this. And then we set the board solution to row. That's correct, right? That is something. And then what? Maybe I'm rendering it wrong. Maybe it's correct in memory, but I'm simply rendering it wrong. Have you considered that? We go from 0 to puzzle size. We increase the row. We go from column 0 to column 15. Puzzle size. No, there's no way this is wrong. How could this be wrong? Row bitmask is board solution at the row. Board solution. What if this magically worked? Wouldn't that be fun? You could add a render debug section, slapping numbers everywhere. But how though? Like if I wanted to print something to the console, what would I even print to debug this? Hold on. Does printf format as binary in C? Is that a thing you can do? Apparently not. Apparently that is not a thing that exists. Okay. Oh man, this is probably something I will probably figure this out off stream. I'm probably spending all this time and then later I'm like, oh, it was actually so simple. It was actually the easiest thing to ever happen. Ever. Offset. Offset plus 16. Wait a second. On the next iteration of this Wait, I already knew this was the issue though. On the next iteration of this loop, this thing will overlap with the thing from the previous one due to the way it's set up. Okay, going through one iteration of the loop. It goes from 0, offset is 0. And then we're reading from 0, we're reading from 1. We're reading from 16 and 17. Right. And then the next iteration, row times 2 is going to be 2. So we're reading from 2 and 3, which is actually 3 and 4 here. Don't forget your breaks. I literally hydrated 36 minutes ago. So it's going here and here, and then we're adding 16 and 17, which would be the correct ones here. Right, so that's correct. And then the next one, it would be from, so row would be 2. Row would be 2. So then it would be from, wait a second. Stretch. Okay, what if I did actually stretch? I'm actually stretching right now. My arms are lifted above my head. Right, that was a stretch. Have I heard of malware that your company forces you to stop working before? I have not heard of that. I was not aware of this thing. Row times 2. Row times 2. Okay, so when we're on row 3, offset will be 6. So we'll be here. We'll read these two. Wait, isn't that still correct though? And then we go to 16. Wait, is it even correct? Oh no, because then we loop around. Once this is done, this is now here. So actually, I see what the issue is, but how do I prevent it? You don't loop from row 0 to 15. You would have to loop from row 0 to 8 and then skip. Wait a second. What the frick? How would you do that? You don't want to go from here. You need to be able to, after reaching this one, you have to skip over to the next one. But how? But how would you even do it, though? How is that even possible? Well, okay, you can hard code it by doing this. And then go from 16 to 32. No, this is not row though. This is a different thing. That also doesn't work. What the heck? What the heck? So go from row 0 to 16. Can someone think of like a mathematical property that would allow me to do this correctly? We're going from 0. It's the offset. It's the offset that is the issue here. We might need to just split this into two. So we're gonna do this here. We have tile row and pixel row. Tile row from 0 to 2. Tile row plus plus. And then this one is pixel row. Pixel row goes from 0 to 8. Okay, and then the offset is actually going to be tile row times something. Welcome Fist. Did you also work at 7 years at Blizzard? No, is this a reference to pirate software? I assume so. I've heard that he's worked at Blizzard. I don't actually know. So the offset is tile row times 16. And then plus pixel row times 2. I believe this should be it. I think perhaps this should be the answer. No, I don't. Oh, it's because. Okay. It's because this thing should be here. So size should be equal to row solution pixel row, but this is pixel row within the tile. So it should be tile row. There's probably a better way to do this. Board solution pixel row. Wait, also this is wrong. It should be board solution tile row times 8 plus. What am I doing? I worked at Activision close enough. They used to be separate until one day. Docs is his location. The ice cream truck is here. It's literally here. Board solution pixel row. Oh man, guys, what's the deal? Pixel row from 0. Is there a way to do this without doing this way? I've been indoors all day, just stepped outdoors. Recoiled from the sun like a vampire. I get that sometimes. When I look outside and I see the sun, I don't look at the sun, but I see things that are lit by the sun, and I'm like, this is so bright. An area is being mapped to an area, so a 4-dimensional loop isn't out of the question. No, it's there's gotta be some way to do this. There has to be. So then, okay, so we have real row in tile. This is the row in tile. Tile row and row in tile. That's not confusing at all. Tile row in tile pixels. And then board solution tile row times 8 plus row in tile pixel. And size equals real. This has got to be real row. This code is so ugly, but I'm sure it's definitely gonna work. I knew it. It actually does not work. It is the same thing as I had last time. Why is that wrong? Tile row size board solution tile row times 8 plus row in tile pixel. what? Offset is tile row times 16 plus row in tile pixel times 2. But why? But why though? Offset. Offset plus 16. Row solution. I'm just like reading words now. Row solution. Size equals tile row times 8 plus row in tile pixel plus 1. But why? And then you get the board solution, tile row. This doesn't make sense. It literally makes no sense. So we have tile row plus this. A duck, but the chat is the duck though. This is the rubber duck. Puzzle tiles. Rotate it. That's a goose. That's a different creature. It's dancing on my head. Look at this. It's dancing on my head. It's crazy. Guys. What do I do? What do I do? How do I even load a puzzle? Who would have thought that loading a puzzle would be so complicated? Welcome, your turn. Ready, Wolf. It's not true. It's not true at all. It makes no sense. Literally makes no sense. I'm gonna have to redo this whole thing. This entire thing is wrong. As someone who dropped the game programming course in 2 weeks in, you are definitely a code. They're not going to teach you Game Boy development, okay? This is a totally different skill set. Unless they were, in which case that would be kind of weird, but would be kind of cool. This is a totally different set of skills. Gotta know this stuff. It wasn't Lua, well then that's not at all. Lua. Okay, what are we doing? We have to map these bits to the correct representation on the screen. The puzzle. Okay, what if we just go through one tile at a time, huh? What if instead of doing the entire thing as is, we simply just don't do that? Have we considered this? Have I considered this? Skip this song. Get this song out of here. Lua, I hardly even am aware. I like having one-to-one functions defines. What do you mean? What do you mean? What did they mean by this? Trying to map different memory structures is a mess. Yes. That is so true. Cursor gritty. There it is. It's going. Okay, let's go through. Okay, I think part of my issue also is that my board solution, we're trying to fit like a U8 into a U16, which is like, it's easier to visualize, right? Because it's like, you know, it's like this is the entire board, right? We got 16 things. But really, no, okay, maybe we should keep it like that because that would be easier to work with. But then, okay, but then the issue then is our mapping of the uint 8 to uint 16. Something is getting lost there. So, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to iterate through each tile. For uint 8t, tile number equals 0, tile num less than 4, tile num plus plus. Okay, now for each tile, we iterate through every row in the tile. So we have this. Row in tile goes from 0 to 8. Row pixels. Right. Then we go from puzzle row pixel and puzzle row pixels. Okay, hold on. It's got to be times 2 because of the current offset. Row pixels times 2 plus 1. So this will tell us whether there is a picross solution at this position. So if it was like, if it was this and this, then it would output this thing would be here. Right, these two together. I don't know how to draw this. Something like that. So this is the solution for this specific tile. Right, that is the solution for this tile. So then so is left equals, so this is the tile. If this is the tile on the left side, it would be tile number mod 2 is 0, right? You start off here, and then tile num, the next one is going to be is on right. Okay, and then this one here, we have uint 8t. This one's going to be a tile row solution, right? And then if is left, then you do puzzle board solution of row pixel. Oh, but then this also has to be based on tile number. Oh, no. Okay, so is left is tile number divided by 2. So is up is down. Is down. It doesn't make sense. Does that make sense? Is up. Tile number divided by 2 equals 0. Right. So then let's see. And then what? If is left, this is so ugly. This code freaking, we should get it to work though. If is left, you have to cast this to a uint 18 and then shift it over by 8. Welcome, Brooke. And then puzzle. What was it called? Solution. Board solution. Welcome, Wizlock. Thank you for the Prime subscription. I don't think I've seen you chat before. You have not chatted at all, and you've subscribed. Thank you for your confidence in subscribing despite never being here before. Okay, so we have a board solution of no board solution. So we need to have a thing that's like the real row, like the real for real row. uint 8t puzzle row puzzle row equals tile num is up. What are we doing? What are we doing here, guys? Puzzle row equals is up. If it is up, 0. Otherwise, 8. And then at the end of this, you do puzzle row plus plus. Long time chatter, first time viewer. I think they will never chat. They're just going to subscribe and not chat at all. Alright, so puzzle row is there. Puzzle row, isn't that the... I don't know. I was trying to think of a joke about Chapel Roan, but actually puzzle row is not the same. Haven't been on Twitch in ages. This looked like the most interesting thing to watch. Is this interesting though? Watching a guy just say puzzle row site size equals 0. If tile num equals 0 goes to 4. Tile num plus plus. Well, thank you though. Wolfie hates lurkers. I get the frick out. I'm just kidding. I don't hate lurkers. I just question your judgment. Like when you said you in 18. No, I said you in 16. Did I say 18? Oh no. Oh no, guys. Puzzle row plus plus. So we reset puzzle row back to this. So we get that out of here. I heard 18. Okay, maybe I was mistaken. Okay, board solution puzzle row is equal to this. Otherwise, you don't set it to this. It's gotta be... Oh, that's fine, right? This is fine. And then this one, you set it to this. But you don't need the cast. You don't need this, and you don't need this. And then what? So we have set this. This is a thing. Let's remove this puzzle size stuff for now. Let's assume everything is 15 by 15. So we've set this here. We've set that there. And then what? Puzzle row pixel times 2. We're not actually using tile number anywhere for this. What? Tile num? Puzzle row pixel? What if we did offset? What a conveniently named thing. Offset. It could be literally anything. Okay, so offset is going to be tile number times 16. Offset plus this. Offset plus this. Right, and then this is totally not going to work. But what if it did? Yep, there's nothing on the screen. It literally did not do anything. Puzzle row is left. You do this thing. Board solution puzzle row. This feels familiar. You have to write bit writing for a fax machine code. You have to write fax machine code? What the heck? That's impossible. Is left. Is left. Is up. Board solution. Board solution puzzle row Puzzle row. Offset. Anyway, I should probably end my stream. It's a bit unfortunate that we make it through this without solving like the issue. But surely someone is going to be like, oh, actually, on line 20, on line 83, you should have changed this thing. If puzzle equals rat, that's impossible. The puzzle will never equal rat. A row pixel though. Row pixel times 2. Row pixel times 2 plus 1. Offset. Thanks for clapping. Thank you, thank you. I know that's in the song, but imagine it wasn't. Tile number times 16. Puzzle. Puzzle row. Board solution. Oh no, this is wrong. This should not be here. Wait, what is this? This should be tile row position. What if this fixes it? What if this was the actual fixes everything? Wouldn't it be cool if this worked? Oh my, it worked. Okay, we figured it out. At the very end of the stream, we figured it out. It works. It actually works. It is very messy, but it works. I'm gonna fix this code because I feel like this is very wrong. Can we check whether it can load our rat though? Hold on. Before we end the stream, we have to at least load our rat on the screen. Oh shoot, okay, there it is. There's the rat. We've loaded the rat, everyone. The rat is there. Rat load successful. Alright, successfully load levels to grid. Okay, that's it. Good. We've done some things. That's some good progress. It's good to know that I'm ending the stream on a positive note. And now we find out what day it is. National Meow Like a Pirate Day. Talk Like a Pirate Day. Meow Like a Pirate Day. Cat DNA Day. Tradesman Day. Concussion Awareness Day. Wait. What is that about? Concussion Awareness Day. We do have a a fighting emote. Wait a second. What is National Concussion Awareness Day? Well, I mean, it's like a traumatic brain thing. I don't know if we should make that a rate message. But I mean, like, we do have a punching emote. Alright, fine, we can do it. We can do it. Who do I raid? Who's streaming? Twitch.tv. Alright, let's see. Of the people who are streaming, I will send you over to, someone. Wait, I wonder if anyone's doing Game Boy Jam. No, there's no one. There's literally no one. Okay, what if we raided, I've never seen this person online since I followed them. We could raid Shoeski, who sometimes collabs with Chocojacks. It's a collab with Kook. Yeah, but this person isn't, but they usually do. Now this channel has, what does it say? Follower or subscriber only chat? Alright, never mind. Let's not go there. Let's see, who's streaming? Doobie 3D. What about, what about this guy who's also doing software and game dev? L:Q. Oh, that's it. Alright, well that's gonna be it. I'll be back tomorrow with something. Now, I might be motivated to continue working on Picross tomorrow, or we'll do variety. I don't know yet. I'll see how it goes today. Because like technically, like this was supposed to be for a game jam, and that game jam ends like on Monday. So like if I worked on it on stream on Saturday, I could like maybe have it be in the game jam if I can think of a way to tie it to the theme. The theme is unlucky. If I just had a bunch of like Picross answers, a bunch of puzzles that were just unlucky things that could fit the theme. But then it feels kind of cheap. So I don't know. I don't know yet. That'd be cool, right? And then people would be like, whoa, what the frick? How did you do this on the Game Boy? That's crazy. I thought Game Boy could only do 8x8. I was like, actually though, I spent a lot of time changing the way it handles tiles to work with 6x6. I'm actually, I wrote some code that writes things. Anyway, the raid's going. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.